Record, please. Yeah. These are all current running batches. 2 batches are running. So this is my system configuration. I have 2 hard disks installed in my system. How to see the hard disk information in the system? Command is diskmg-empty.msc. The disk 0 is NVMe hard disk. Second one is SSD hard drive. And I made 3 partitions. Okay, this is SSD, and we will save all the VMs in the D drive. Once you create the VM in the VMware, what is the file extension? I mean, it's a VM format in the tomorrow onwards I will give recording because of there are many guys. Tomorrow I will enable automatic recording option.
It is going to be recorded or not?
Yes, it's going to be recorded. Yes, we are recording.
Just share the link.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, thank you, Hari.
Yeah, thank you, sir. So we will save all the VMs in the D drive. Even companies also will save all the VMs in the D for Delhi or E for England, E drive, logical drives. They don't save the VMs in the C drive. Okay. The VM format is VMDK. If you create a virtual machine in the Hyper-V, then the VM format is .vhd or .vhdx. Hyper-V introduced by Microsoft in Windows 2008 server. Hyper-V was not there in Windows 2008 server. So today we are going to discuss about Active Directory server. Why Active Directory? Because of if you want to install SCCM, if you want to implement the SCCM, you should have the Active Directory first in your environment. In the Active Directory, first you need to run the prerequisites. Once the prerequisites met in the Active Directory, then go to SCM server and do the SCM setup. We'll discuss about Active Directory first. We will create the virtual machine, and I have installed Windows 10 Pro in my professional, in my physical system. Install VMware workstation version number. I will show you once again. 16. Create a new virtual machine. Typical recommended. So I am going to install Windows 2016 OS. If you are going to install Windows 2016, you can choose this option. I will install the operating system later. Then it will create a blank virtual hard drive without OS. Without OS. Next button. Guest operating system is Microsoft Windows 2016 OS we are going to install. I made the virtual machine name as USDC. This is not the host name. This is not the computer name. This is just virtual machine name. Remember, the virtual machine will be saved in C drive My Documents. If you are going to create a virtual machine in the Hyper-V, there also the VM will be created in the documents, My Documents under C drive. So I'm going to change this path, browse button, D drive. So verify the free space. We have free space 400 GB. In D drive VMDKs, create a folder called US. Under US, again create a child folder called PDC, means primary domain controller. This is just folder. See now it is C drive path. If you save OK, it will save as like this. PDC.vmdk. What is the VM format in VMware? You can tell the answer vmdk.vmdk. What is the VM format? VM extension in Hyper-V .vhd. Next button. So primary domain controller, Active Directory domain controller. In my lab, I will give only 30 GB or 40 GB hard disk. But in productions, you should give at least 250 GB because of you will do patching, right? That is a production environment. Single file, I will give only 40 GB hard disk. Finish. This is VMware workstation. If you want to increase the RAM, modify the RAM. Go to settings. RAM I am going to increase. So I made it as 10 GB RAM. Processors I can give 1. Network you can configure under custom. So the DC 1 VM, second VM is SCCM server, third one is client. 3 VM should be under custom network. Or else what will happen if you put under NAT, this VM will speak with my physical Wi-Fi router, my Wi-Fi home router. If you put under custom, these 3 VMs will be in same network, same family. Okay, say okay. Okay, one question, you are installing OS in your laptop, home laptop with pen drive. What is the first screen will come? Remember, once you power on the laptop, you connected the bootable pen drive. What is the first screen will come? First line, press any key, boot from CD. Remember? Now we need to mount the ISO image. ISO image, we are going to install Windows 2016 OS. Browse button. Where is the OS? Here it is. This is the path. This path is ISO image. Say okay. Power on. Once power on, it will prompt for press any key, boot from CD. Power on. Click with the mouse in this black screen. Then only you can enter into the inside. Press any key, boot from CD. I did not press any key, and my mouse it is showing hand icon. Now I will press here. That means I entered into the VM. If you want to come outside from the VM, the key is Control Alt. Control Alt. Control Alt came outside. Control Alt came outside. Right click, power off, power on. Immediately click on the black screen with the mouse. Press any key, boot from CD. Any key you can press. Now the OS is loading. If you want to come out from the VM, press Control Alt. Windows 2016 OS install now. The OS installation it will take only, now the time is 8:15. It will be finished by 8:19 in my system. And Windows 2016 there is only 64-bit. Windows 2012 there is only 64-bit. Windows 2019 64-bit. Windows 2022 already released. 2022 server Windows. There is also 64-bit. There is no 32-bit in Windows 2016 or 2012. 32-bit, 64-bit both are available in Windows 2008 server. Windows 2003 there is only 32-bit. Microsoft introduced Windows Core Edition, Core operating system from 2008 server onwards. Okay, we are going to install desktop experience. That means this is graphical interface edition. This is core. That means if you install, you can see only command prompt. Next button, I accept license agreement. Next, custom. This upgrade option in the sense, suppose inside this virtual machine, suppose there is Windows 2012, your manager asks you to upgrade it to Windows 2016. You can choose this option. Go into custom. If you want make partition, make here. Finish. OS installation is going on. Please observe these 5 lines. Yeah, as somebody pinged, right? Is this Windows installation class? It's Windows installation only. This training is only for SCCM. So Windows installation in the sense we are going to discuss about Active Directory. Why Active Directory? Because of we need to run the prerequisites first in the Active Directory. Once we completed the prerequisites in the Active Directory, then we will jump for WDS class. Once WDS is done, then we will go for SCCM class. Because of if you go to SCM interview, nowadays companies are asking about Active Directory questions as well, DNS part. So you should know about Active Directory installation, Windows Server installation, what is Active Directory, these things. And we will discuss about SCCM server installation also. We will see the SCCM prerequisites, SCCM installation. Yeah. To install Active Directory, what are the prerequisites? Anybody?
Windows.
Yeah, Windows Server OS.
Domain.
Domain means it's a logical boundary infrastructure. So we need first Windows Server operating system plus we need to assign static IP. Then we can configure AD role. Yeah, somebody asking imaging. Yes. Prerequisites is Windows Server OS plus AD role. Static IP. Static IP means manually we need to assign one IP address. OS is done. We started at 8:15. Getting devices ready. Meanwhile, we will brush up the knowledge, the port numbers. POP3 port number. SMTP. Anybody knows, you can tell.
25.
25.
IMAP.
143.
Yeah, correct. SMB. Okay, file server will work on which protocol? SMB, server message block. Ransomware, you remember, ransomware will come through this port, SMB. What is Active Directory Authentication Protocol?
LDAP.
You can tell Kerberos. LDAP is a searching query tool. Version number 5. Kerberos port number 88. Kerberos password port number 464. Yeah. So this account is built-in administrator. We did not create it. This is a built-in administrator account. So how to log into the VM? We need to press Control Alt Insert.
Control delete.
Control Alt Insert. Control Alt Delete is for physical system. Control Alt Insert for virtual machine.
Go to VM and select.
Will come again. Yeah. There also it will show Control Alt Delete. Generally it will show in VMware ESXi. Once OS installed in the VM, the very next step is
Install VM tool.
yeah, VM tools, nothing but drivers. It will install the enhancement drivers, graphical driver, audio, video, sound. Okay. Yeah, right click, install VM tools. Wait for the 5 to 10 seconds. The VM tools will mount in the DVD drive. Run setup.
This option is available in Hyper-V also.
No, Hyper-V, it will take default drivers. Default Hyper-V drivers. This option will not be available. No drivers in Hyper-V.
Okay.
But if you migrate your virtual machine from VMware, you are handling VMware ESXi, I'm handling Hyper-V host. You are having one VM in VMware. Okay. You will migrate from VMware to Hyper-V. Then it will take the default drivers in the Hyper-V. You can migrate your VM from VMware to Hyper-V host. In Hyper-V, you need not to install any driver. Clear?
Okay. Thank you.
You can migrate VM from VMware to VMware, VMware to Hyper-V, Hyper-V to Hyper-V. Now we will assign the computer name. Then one static IP address, that means manual IP address. Then we will go for Active Directory role. Once AD class is done, we will discuss about WDS also. WDS means Windows Deployment Services. It's a Windows feature. It's not third-party software. From WDS, you can install the OS from India to US over the network. What you can install? Operating system image, nothing but OSD, nothing but image management, image deployment. Yeah, DHCP server port number
53.
67. These are all basic entry questions. People know, correct? DHCP client
68.
Yeah, 68. Why? Because of these ports numbers are very important for the OSD program in SCCM. Okay. How the client system will download the OS image from SCCM site server to end user system? By which protocol? Divital FTP port number 69. Yeah, how to log in? Control Alt Insert. Login. How to verify who logged into my system? What is the command?
Who am I?
Yeah, who am I? Port number 565. Okay. So this is my computer name. This is my host name / administrator. So how to change the computer name? Command is, we will go to control panel, category, small icons, system. We'll change the computer name. This is default name allocated by OS. Change it to PDC. Restart. Say okay. SQL port number, structure query language. Anybody? And this is like, mock interview as well. You can assume 1433. Telnet port number
23.
23. FTP
Sorry.
FTP
22.
FTP
21.
21.
21.
SSH.
It is 22.
Correct. Because these are all, if you go to interview, these are all interview questions. Correct. Yeah. Logged in. Remember, in Windows 2008, Server Manager will not open by default, but 2012 onwards, the Server Manager will open by default. Command is to open Server Manager. This is the one. How to assign a static IP, manual IP for this? Start button. Command is double click this, go to properties, IPv6 uncheck, IPv4, assign the static IP. What will be the DNS, sir? 10. What is the IP you given here in the domain controller? The same you can give as DNS. DNS port number
53.
53.
Yes, 53.
53. Please by heart this. Okay. Now everything is done. Windows Server OS is ready. Static IP you assigned. What is the OS you have installed? What is the command to verify?
WinWar.
WinWar 2016 OS standard. Server Manager. Dashboard is reading. Refresh. To configure a role, go to add roles and features or go to manage button. If you want to uninstall any role, decommission, go for remove roles and features, add roles and features. So to configure a role, before that, we should have strong password for the administrator. Yes, we have assigned the static IP. Yes. Static IP means manually we assign one IP address. Next button. Yeah, if you want to configure RDS, remote desktop services, nothing but terminal services, you have to go with this option. And these 5 roles will be there: gateway, host, RDS licensing, RDS gateway. 5 roles will be there. You can configure RDS in a standalone server or multiple servers. This was called earlier terminal services. Microsoft renamed these terminal services as RDS, remote desktop services from Windows 2008 server. Nothing but this is Citrix VDI. In VMware, this technology called as Horizon. So now today we are going to configure role-based. What is the role we need to configure?
Active Directories.
Active Directory Domain Services. Yeah.
Yes.
What is Active Directory Domain Services? Stores information about objects. Objects means users, groups, names, OUs, resources on the network. Active Directory will work on single logon process. What is the Active Directory authentication protocol? Kerberos. Okay. And Microsoft suggesting things to note to help ensure that users can still log on to the network in the case of server outage. This is primary domain controller. And Microsoft suggesting install a minimum 2 domain controllers for a domain. Okay. And AD server requires DNS server. So while configuring the AD role itself, it will prompt for the installation of DNS as well. So in this box today, we are going to configure AD role, DNS role. While installing AD role, it will also configure the group policy management console. Let it be installed. Why 2 domain controllers are required? If the interviewer asks, you can tell primary domain controller is down. In that case, the users can authenticate from the secondary domain controller, means backup domain controller means additional domain controller.
High availability.
Yeah, nothing but high availability. Yes. Next button, install over. How to install AD service in Windows 2003 server? We will cover all the interview questions also in the class itself. How to install, because still many companies are using 2003 due to COVID situation. All companies are migrating this 2003 servers, Windows 2003 to Windows 2019, Windows 2003 to 2012. Yeah, DC promo. And if you go to SCM, some companies will test your knowledge first all on AD and DNS part, Dhcp basics. Then they will jump for SCCM interview. Finish. Additional steps are required. The additional step is we need to promote the server to a domain controller. Okay, close, refresh. The next step is we need to go to notifications, post deployment configuration. Installation is done, configuration is pending. We need to promote the server. Okay. Now you joined as administrator in my company. How you will identify this server is a member server, this server is a backup domain controller, or this server is a primary domain controller?
Net accounts.
Wonderful.
Net accounts.
Yeah, net accounts. Here. Okay. What is this computer role now?
Server.
Just server. Yeah, just server. If you apply this command in your systems, right now it will show workstation. Because of client OS, it will show workstation. How do I identify how many shares are there in my server, in my system? How to get? Hello.
Net share.
Net share.
Net share.
And we can see the shares somewhere also graphical. The command is, remember?
Computer management.
Yeah. Clear? How many shares are there? Default shares are admin dollar, C dollar, IPC dollar. These are all default shares. C also will have default share. If we have D partition, D also will have default share. And these are all come under file server. That is another thing. Go here, promote the server to a domain controller. What is meant by domain controller? Anybody? Now we are going to create a company. That means what we need to configure here.
New forest.
Forest.
New forest, forest.local, forest.com, our company.com, our company.local, company name. That means forest means parent domain. That means root domain. First domain in the hierarchy.
Yeah.
Okay. How many functional levels will be created while creating the forest?
Future.
2. Forest function level, DFL and FFL. While creating the child domain controller, how many function levels will be created? Child domain controller while creating how many functional levels? Only one, domain function level. Remember, while creating forest, it will have two functional levels, FFL and DFL, forest function level, domain function level. Okay. While creating child domain controller, you will have only domain function level. And this is directory services restore mode. How many restore modes? How many types? Authoritative restore mode, non-authoritative restore mode. Okay, next button. This is NetBIOS name. How many folders will create while configuring the Active Directory domain services?
3.
What are
5.
those? Sir? 3 is
Syslog,
correct.
NTDL,
This one.
Sysvolume folder, NTDS,
NTDL,
NTDS. Okay, log. Wonderful. What is Active Directory database name?
TDS.dit.
DIT stands for
Directory Information Tree.
yeah, correct. So now make a note the question while configuring the Active Directory domain services, how many folders will create? Database folder, path is files, sysvolume. Please make a note while configuring the Active Directory domain services, how many folders will create? Can I click on next?
Yes.
Next. Now it is going to verify the prerequisites. All prerequisites met. It is showing green mark. Passed. Install over. Just keenly observe what it is going to configure. DNS server, DNS service, AD role, LDAPs, DNS service. Some freshers are there, some are very new to Active Directory. Please observe here what it is going to configure. Over. Now this server is configured as a domain controller and it will reboot. What is domain controller? You are controlling the domain. Domain controller means any Windows Server OS plus AD role install. Correct?
Yes.
Sir, if we install the Active Directory,
Uh-huh.
then how many rules are default installed on it?
How many?
Can you tell me?
How many?
Default rules are installed. Default rules
Rules or roles you are
in
telling?
Active Directory when we are installing. Rules.
What does it mean exactly? Rules means.
Oh, sorry, roles.
Oh, roles. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
This one will install. Okay. This one also.
Totally 5.
Okay.
Yes. Thank you.
Yeah. Some companies will ask basics, only basic entry questions. Some companies will give scenarios. Some companies will ask port numbers also. People are experts. No, but this is for brush up. Okay. Clear? Yeah. Everybody understanding, sir?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
What is the difference between primary domain controller and backup domain controller?
Primary domain controller means that the the things which is in a running positions, and when they are shut down, and then the primary server is automatically run after discharging the first one. Then the secondary is started working. I think so.
Primary, backup in the sense additional in the sense secondary. Okay. Primary server, backup domain controller, both should be run, both should be talk, both should be sync, both should be replicate all the time. Okay. Suppose I am going to log into my net banking. I am staying in Telangana. My Telangana server is down. Then my authentication will pass through from other state server, nearby domain controller server. That means here the primary server and backup server in somewhere, some other state, other backup server, all servers should communicate. The domain controller is only for authentication purpose. Okay, your system administrator given a system to you in your company on the first day, and he will give credentials to you, user ID, password. You connected the system, or your administrator connected the system laptop in the network. You will apply the credentials, user ID, password. That user ID, password, once you type, those will be verified by Kerberos protocol with the Active Directory, whether it is correct or not. Active Directory uses for authenticate users. So primary domain controller will hold 5 FSMO roles. We will see now. Backup domain controller will not hold. Will hold in the sense the backup domain controller is replica of primary. Vice versa, like primary is also replica of backup.
Sir, tell me one thing. FSM is a role part of AD, or AD is the part of FSM?
Once you install Active Directory, you will have 5 roles called FSMO in the AD server box only. You can see these 5 FSMO roles in the AD box only, not in any other server like SQL server or CRM server or SharePoint server. FSMO related only to Active Directory part. Okay. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Shall we, can we use the FSMO role as a primary server or not?
Yes, defaultly, all the 5 FSM roles will be present, locate, install only in the primary domain controller. Clear?
Yes.
Yeah, all the 5 roles
Yes.
will be present, locate, install by default in the primary domain controller. Now the next question interviewer will ask you, can we move these roles to backup domain controller? Answer is
Yes.
yes, we
Yes,
can
you can
move.
transfer.
We can move, we
Yes,
can
yes.
split, we can split.
Oh, sorry.
We can split the 5 FSM roles to different backup domain controllers. Yeah. How to log into the virtual machine, sir?
Control alter insert.
Yes.
Yes.
Here our forest in the sense it is our domain name. Logged in. How to verify the computer role?
On net account,
It is showing as,
primary.
if it is a backup domain controller, then it will show here backup. Okay.
Yes.
Next, how to verify where are the FSM roles are installed?
NTDF utility,
No. Command is,
net down.
remember?
Yeah.
Only remembering. Yeah, this is the command. It will retrieve the where the FSM roles are present installed. Clear?
Yes.
How many FSM roles totally?
5.
Totally it's 5.
Okay. FSM roles means
Flexible schema,
Flexible Sigma master operation.
operational roles. What is the first role?
schema,
Schema master.
naming,
Schema master.
naming master, RID,
PDC emulator,
DC,
remaster.
infrastructure,
RID.
RID.
Yeah, people who don't know about these, please make a note. And port numbers, don't read, we should by heart, that's it. Clear? Okay, how many FSM roles total?
5.
So what are forest wide roles, sir?
But it's not visual.
Hello?
Schema and domain.
Yeah. What are domain wide roles?
PDC, primary domain control.
Infrastructure master.
Okay.
Sir, your notes is not visible properly.
Oh, let me reshare. Able to see, sir?
Yes.
Yeah.
Clear? What is the main role in all the FSM roles?
PDC,
PDC emulator. Why PDC is the main role?
primary domain, it will be there.
Password synchronization,
Domain.
time synchronization.
Yeah. Okay. Anybody worked on WDS? Everybody knows about WDS?
Yes.
Harvest. Okay. Keep in mute. I'm going to create second virtual mission. Still some guys are joining. Going to create a virtual machine under Wds I am allocating 100 GB hard disk. Balu, following? Memory 12 GB. Network adapter should be under custom. Say OK. Hello, Balu, are you there? Yeah. Okay, mount the ISOMS here to install the server OS 2016. Install. Before installing, I will show you one thing. I will share the documents. Once course is completed, I will share this folder. This is around 50 GB. This will have older recording sessions and SCCM theory plus practical documents as well, and SCCM setup files also. All these documents. I will install the OS, power on. Yeah, who wants to continue the SCM training? This is today day 1, right? So day 2, please, if you want to enroll, please contact this guy. Contact person Amit. Clear?
Yes.
Yes.
But about the fee?
Everything you can discuss with contact person Amit. He will tell.
Okay. And what is the configuration of your physical server?
No, it's not a physical server, it's a desktop. It's yeah, let me show you. Yeah, this is 64 GB. I'm having 4 into 16 GB sticks. Each 16 GB is DDR4. The RAM speed is 2.4 gigahertz. It's a Corsair company, 10 years warranty. I bought it around 4 years ago. And I'm having the, yeah, I'm having this processor.
Yeah.
And having NVMe 1 TB Corsair company hard disk, NVMe chip.
How much cost, sir? The total desktop.
This is around 1.6.
Oh.
The same configuration bought our student last year, September. For him, it's around in Australia 2.4, but it's the processor is very high for him.
Oh.
It's a very super duper fast.
Oh.
Yeah, is it a daily session of 1 hour per day, or how about the schedule?
1 hour, 1.5 hours.
And will it be like weekdays, right? Weekdays for how many days?
Every day.
Sorry, your voice was breaking.
Can you hear me? Every day. It's daily class, daily evening batch.
Yeah, how many days?
It's around 25 days to 35 days because of this month we have many holidays, correct?
Yes, sir.
Yes, that's the reason.
Yeah.
Time or
Come again.
timings?
Timings evening daily 8 p.m.
Okay.
Including Saturday, Sunday.
Including Saturday, Sunday. If 10 guys joined, they don't want to attend on Saturday, Sunday, we can declare holiday. Clear?
Will you start from basics?
We come again.
Will you start from basics?
Yeah, today's day one class. This is Active Directory class.
Okay.
And
So
we
we
are
don't have a knowledge on the SCM, so that's why I'm asking you.
come again, sir. Repeat.
We don't have a knowledge on the SCM, so that's why I'm asking you.
Yeah, you
We
see.
need to learn from the basics onwards, so that's why.
Yeah, this is basic. Active Directory is very much basic. It's not only basic, it's the biggest technology. First of all, it's a version, and you should know about Active Directory first. Then we can jump for SCCM. Because of if you want to install SCCM, first we need to run the prerequisites in the AD server. Then the secondary step, we will go SCCM prerequisites. Third step, SCCM site server installation. Clear?
Yeah, it's clear. It's clear.
Can you share the Amit number in WhatsApp group also?
Can you please weekend batch also will be available, depends upon the student head count.
Okay.
Yes, sir. I have one question.
Yes, sir.
Is this course meant for the beginners or who are already in experience, like who are already-
Experienced beginners who want to give the interview, who want to brush up, who want to clear the interviews.
And one more thing, see, nowadays most of the companies are they are working like work from home model.
Yes.
And how that SCCM going to help in like this scenario?
Yeah, same also we can work from home only. Nowadays everybody is working. Not only SCCM, Office 365 admins, Exchange admins, everybody is there at home. See, they will simply log into the SCM environment. They will download the patches. They will push the patches to the internal servers in the sense within the office premises servers, within the office systems, and not only office, external systems also. Yes, they can take care.
You mean to say that it will helpful for who is the asset which is there in office as well as
Yes.
in home network?
Yes. If you are working in a company now, you can see, you can check your laptop, you can see start button software center, and monthly they will push the patches every month.
The basic
Yeah,
question,
yeah,
my question, the intention was because of this current pandemic, I thought that there will be less demand for the SCCM.
No.
Because nowadays most of the companies migrating to cloud, right?
But there are many opportunities, especially in this COVID situation, for Exchange admins, Office 365, Azure, and SCCM. People knows, I guess, last week, I guess, before 15 days, Log4j affected Linux servers. Remember?
Yeah.
No, people are struggling to install those patches, Log4j. Ransomware affected, remember, around 3-4 years ago, around 80,000 companies worldwide.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
This won't be end. This is a cycling process.
Yeah, even the current situation also that scope for SCM still it is there in market.
Lot of.
Yeah, irrespective of the patches, I hope so. Even the softwares or application that is bespoke for the environment,
yes,
we can able to push it.
Yes. From SCM server, we will push to 10,000 systems. 10,000 systems in the sense desktops, laptop servers. Even though we'll get errors, we should work on the errors, fix the errors. We need to restart the systems. It's a big work.
Yeah, we can easily able to inventory what
Yes.
has gone good and not.
Yeah.
So to narrow down the.
We will see here the patching process, patching download, patching deployment, how to deploy the background process. Okay. Definitely you will get the errors in your environment. Error code you can put in Google and fix. Want to join weekend batch or evening, morning, everything and fees details we can discuss with Amit. Amit? Yeah, please record. Run setup. I'm changing the computer name. WDS box. If people are already worked on WDS, anybody?
Windows deployment service.
Yes, deployment services. You worked on it?
Yeah.
Done. And you captured also. Okay. So people can understand. Okay. We will go for deployment. WDS prerequisites. ADDS required. DNS required. Last one is yeah, Dhcp. Wonderful. DNS port number
2027, I think.
Uh-huh.
You mean the port?
Yeah, port. DNS port is 53.
No, my head.
Yeah, it's fine. And we need to enable to deploy the operating system to the end user system over the network from WDS server is what? Pixie enable. Here. To deploy OS from SCCM site server to the end users, we need to enable the Pixie in the site server in the distribution point. We will discuss after 15 days. Yeah, it's computer name is changed, right? Yes. Boot. Yeah, how is my system, sir? Somebody asked, right? Is it fine? It's going on good configuration, good speed?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you. And installations will not consume time. So earlier this course first took more than 45 days. Nowadays only 20-25 days. Because of now I'm having 64 GB RAM. We need to join the WDS box into the domain. First we will configure the DHCP. How to configure DHCP? Go to server manager. What is the DHCP leased duration time window? Answer is
8 days.
Yeah, 8 days. Configure the DHCP server role. To configure the DHCP, first of all, this box should have static IP. Yes, we have. Even DHCP also there is failover is possible. Failover introduced by Microsoft in Windows 2012 server. Yes, I will show application deployment like 7-zip and differences between application packaging because of in interview they will definitely ask you about differences between package and application. Okay, and second part patching class will be around 3 to 4 days. You will download the patches, deploy the patches, create the package, blah blah, And between the end user systems to site server, there will be 17 steps. How the flow, mechanism flow of the flow of patching between site server to end user system, and site server and client systems all together log files around 20 log files we can discuss. Complete DHCP configuration. Here showing success message over how to open DHCP. Command is, how many zones will be there in DNS, sir?
2 zones.
Yeah.
Forward, reverse.
Yeah. What is forward lookup zone?
Name to IP.
Which will translate from name to IP address.
We need to configure the scope. Scope is not there. Scope is nothing but range of IP address. Right click, new scope. Range is.
10.10.20.
So how many IPs will come?
100.
No, 11 to 100.
Oh, 90.
Yeah. DHCP least duration window is
8 days.
8 days. Configure how to restart. Yes, sir.
So for the duration, the lease for IP,
okay,
by default, and I'm talking about production,
Mhm.
are you guys using 8 days or probably a day or a couple hours? Again, it's a production, not personal.
Correct.
But
Yeah, well, where I worked in my companies, all they mentioned Microsoft default time 8 days only. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
What are the IPs will allocate by DHCP server to all the systems? Those IPs where you can see in the DHCP console.
Address list.
Yeah, now go to WDS box. How to test DHCP? Disable whether DHCP server allocating IP to this box or not. Forest.local. How to verify the IP address of this box? Right click.
Status. Details.
Got it?
Yeah.
Refresh. Okay. DHCP is working fine. Microsoft recommends for the server operating systems, we need to allocate static IP. We're confirming that DHCP server is working fine. So I'm allocating. What is our DNS server IP?
10.
Dhcp, I think 10 was.
Yeah. So next step is we need to join the WDS box into domain. That is called, the terminology is called domain membership update. Domain membership update means join this box from work group to domain.
Promote work group to domain.
Domain name is forest.local. Who's this administrator? This is
built-in administrator.
built-in. No.
Domain.
Primary
administrator.
Domain.
Default primary domain controller administrator. We have all the prerequisites. Correct? We met. Now the second step is we need to configure the WDS role in this WDS box. Login. Server manager will open by default. Add roles.
Still not right. Oh,
WDS is a role, it's not a feature.
Windows deployment. Add
Yeah.
the feature.
Yeah, WDS means Windows Deployment Services provides a simplified, secure means of rapidly and remotely deploy the Windows operating system image deployment to the end user systems over the network. Clear?
Yes.
WDS is replacement of RAS technology. RAS means Remote Installation Service. RAS was there in Windows 2003 server. WDS introduced by Microsoft in Windows 2008 server. WDS requirement is DHCP server. Yes, we have configured the DHCP here. We have configured the AD role here. We have the DNS role here. Clear? WDS will have two role services. One is deployment server. Second is transport. Deployment will hold the images. Transport server will transport the image.
Will WDS work outside the line?
Outside the LAN in the sense external.
Suppose a user has joined in some other remote location. So we need to deploy all the software patches to this to the users. So using SCCM, can we do it?
By using SCCM we can do, but WDS you can do only OS deployment. It won't work for batching. It won't work for software deployment.
So WDS also work in the remote location.
Remote location in the sense it depends upon your network. Yeah, internal itself.
Public network, internet network.
Yeah, internal only.
Not on internet.
Internet.
Through VPN we can.
Yeah, through VPN, but you know, it will take more time.
Yeah.
But not preferable. WDS is open. What it is telling? Server is not configured. To configure the server, right click. So before you begin WDS prerequisites are, we need to join this WDS box into the domain. Yes, we should have DHCP active. Yes, we have. We should have active DNS. Yes, we have. NTFS file system. Yes. Integrate with active directory. And this is the entry question. What is remote install folder? Remote install folder contains boot images, boot image x86, boot image x64, install image, nothing but boot.wim file, install.wma file, pixie bootable files, and WDS management tools. All together will be stored in C drive remote install folder. If you capture an image also, it will be stored under this folder. This option you can see in the SCCM server in the Pixie settings.
Yeah.
Uncheck this box. Where we are discussing this technology, you can understand in the OSD program in SCCM. Here boot images are 0, install images are 0, everything is 0. Clear? How to add boot image? Right click.
Add boot image. We have to show the boot image in the OS.
What is Vim file? Windows image file. How many parts are Vim file?
2 parts.
How many?
In 2 parts. One is boot and second is installed.
Yeah. Both files are located in the CD drive, CD, DVD folder name.
Source. So in the source folder.
Yeah. Keep in mute, sir.
Mute.
Yeah. Sources folder. Boot.vim file. What is Vim file?
Boot.
Yeah, one guy asked me what is Vim file in 2017. Answer is Windows image file. How many parts?
2 parts.
Yeah. What is boot.vim file size?
2 MB, 257.
Yeah, remember this step. File name is,
Boot image.
if you want, you can make it as boot image Windows 2016.
Added.
Successfully added? Yes. How to restart WDS? Start. Boot image is added, sir.
Added.
What is the size?
250, 257.
But expanded that.
Yeah, in CD
1.5.
it was compressed. This is the actual size. This is 1.5 GB.
1.5 GB.
Okay. So don't confuse. In CDs or DVDs, pen drives, in the sources folder, the boot image is compressed state. This is actual size. Now this is expanded.
So
Go to home button, create a new virtual machine. We will test this image. 2012, you can put here, just test it.
so 26.
Come again.
2016 also that OS.
Yeah, we can change anything. Sometimes if you put 2016, we cannot deploy, so you can change it 2012 or 2019.
Okay.
Because of I faced issues, that's the reason. So
Okay.
US here. So we need to install a OS over the network for this system. What prerequisites for this new VM? In this VM, there is no OS installed. What is the network card we need to connect?
PXE. Oh, VM, that custom.
PXE will be enabled by default in the latest systems. If you have older system 7 years back, you need to enable from the BIOS.
Oh.
Clear? Okay, let me put some RAM. Okay, CD DVD not mounted. Over. Now.
F12 we need to.
What is the meaning of F12?
For boot from the
network boot. Answer is network boot.
Yeah.
Why I'm asking questions, sir? You people are experts, because of some companies will ask very basic questions. Okay.
Okay.
Power on virtual machine. Now see the steps how the OS is downloading. Now the end user system client is contacting whom?
DHCP.
DHCP server. DHCP server. DHCP client is this one. Okay. The client got which IP address?
DHCP from the
11.
11. This system got the IP address from the DHCP server is 10.11. What is the DHCP server IP address?
10.
10. Then the client system contacted WDS NBP network boot protocol from 20 IP. Whose 20 it is?
WDS.
WDS. Correct. So in this DC box, we have installed AD role, TNS role, DHCP, 3 things.
Yeah.
In this box, we have installed only WDS. The next question is, can we set up WDS and DHCP on a single box in the same box? Answer is yes. Can we set up WDS and DHCP in different boxes? Answer is yes.
Yeah.
Now it asked to press F12. I did not press any, so I got this error. Clear?
Yes.
Around you will get only 8 or 10 different kind of errors in this scenario here.
So without pressing the F12, it automatically it will not answer.
Oh, no, we need to press.
Oh. And production environment also.
Yeah, production also. If it automatically taking, there is no security first of all, and we should put some password also.
Okay.
Okay. Now, sorry. Shit. Okay. Now observe the last step. Very last step, very last line. Please observe everybody. Last line. What was the last line, sir? Anybody seen?
Operating system missing.
No. Wait.
Install image.
See the last line. Last line now. Last line.
TFTP.
TFTP download. Now, how the end user system will download the image from the WDS or SCM site server? Answer is. Answer is.
TF.
Clear? If the interviewer asks, no system is unable to download the image, OS image from site server. So what you can do, maybe port is not enabled. I will verify the port. What is the port? That is
69.
Yeah, TFTP will work on 69. We should enable before deploying the OS in the SCM server. Clear?
Yes.
It is connecting to WDS. To connect the WDS server, the credential should be
Admin.
Yeah. If somebody not understanding, please rewatch the video at least 3-4 times. Okay. Clear?
No image.
Now what we had to do?
We have to add the image.
Install image, we need to add image. Vim file are two parts. One is boot.vim file. Second one is install.vim file. What is boot image?
Only booting.
What it will do? It will boot the hardware. Once booted the hardware, second step, OS will install by from the install image, install.vim file. How to add the install.vim file? We need to go to
CD,
DVD, ISO image or pen drive. Inside that pen drive, you can have one folder name called
source folder.
Same thing we will do in SCM also. Okay. Browse DVD drive, sources, install.vim file, size is
5.6.
Right.
Remember this. And in this, you have 4 flavors, 4 editions in my OS.
Yes.
I'm going to install
GUI.
Yeah, this is GUI mode.
Installing image.
No, adding image, not installing.
No, sorry.
It is adding to the console. These images resides in which folder?
Remote install.
Yeah, wonderful. Remote install folder. Successful message. Answer is yes. Refresh, restart the WDS console. Go to Dell PC, power on. F12. TFTP down. Now it is loading the boot image. Even if you are installing OS with pen drive in your laptop, first it will install boot.vim file only. Second step, it will install install.vim file. Clear?
Yeah.
We don't know that. We cannot see.
Now, what is the difference between this boot Vim file and install image?
Okay. Okay. Before adding install image, we installed boot image in this client system. Seen right before 5 minutes. Remember?
Yeah.
Okay. So boot image nothing but it will boot the hardware. I mean to say, if you want to go by bike from Hyderabad to somewhere, okay, your hometown, your location to your hometown, then first step you need to start the bike, the automatic button that is called boot image. You will apply gears and you will go to home, that is install image. Clear?
No, not exactly. Technically here, see, instead of the boot image file, why can't we go for the install image file directly?
Yeah. The question is, it has to be boot first.
hardware how?
Once it's booted, once hardware is booted, of course nothing but both are same actually. It is split into two parts. Okay. So if you are installing OS with pen drive, what are the steps we are doing now? The same steps will apply there, but we cannot see all those steps there. Once you
Okay, maybe the first time that will be time consuming, but next time onwards it will not be, right? Obviously, we are not going to install each and every time of the machine get boots up.
every time same process.
So every time that the machine needs to get installed with the image.
Yeah, boot image, then second step install image. See, hold on. Okay, now boot image loaded, right?
Yeah.
Okay, now we are going to connect WD server. Okay, now you can see here, you can understand. See the image. This is install image. The Vim file is split into two parts. One is boot.vim file, second one is install.vim file. Now forget about this technology or
We are
SCCM
getting
server.
a GUI kind of thing rather than a CUI. We are getting a GUI kind of environment to do the further installation.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Suppose you don't have SCCM, you don't have managing in your company. Okay. You have to install 10 systems. New hires are joining on tomorrow. 10 systems. In 10 systems, what you have to install in your company? Windows OS Plus, MS Office, right?
Yeah.
7-zip, Adobe, Visual Studio, Visual Studio 2010. How much time it will take? Anybody? 1 hour. Visual Studio 20. Anybody install?
No.
Oh, it will take 1 hour.
Then
SQL Express. SQL Express 30 minutes. So altogether it will take in i3 system 4 GB RAM at least 7 hours, 6 hours. So what you can do, anybody worked on Norton Ghost, right? Somebody?
Yeah, Ghost.
Yeah, you can prepare Norton Ghost, but when audit will happen, the GUIDs or SIDs will conflict. Not only the audit, sometimes SID will conflict. So
yeah,
you
will be using the reprep, right? For that, we'll be preparing sysprep.
Sysprep through WDS. So you can capture this OS. This capture image you can put in WDS. You can push to 10 systems.
Okay.
Each system will take only half an hour. So your time will not consume.
Irrespective of if it is a VM or a physical machine.
Yes.
So can you tell that process?
Yeah, we will see now. We will see tomorrow this process, capture image process.
Okay, sir.
Why we are doing all this? Maybe I will show you SCM site server OS deployment. We will fail because of sometimes I will pass or fail, but we will see the background process. What are the steps?
Okay.
Excuse me, Henry.
Yes, sir.
Oh, yes, Matt. I had a question about capture image.
Okay.
Because pretty much all production they are using TS more than capture image. Capture image is really hard to update it when you need to update the image, but through the test sequence is really easy. So are you going with the capture image or test sequence?
Yeah, we are going with capture image. The capture image media also you can create.
Yeah, well, what about test sequence? Are we going
task sequence won't be there in WDS. Task sequence will be there in SCCM.
Oh, no. I'm generally speaking.
Yes. Yeah, task sequence should be there. Yes, we need to create the task sequence. Capture task sequence.
Right. Thanks.
Yeah. Now the OS is installing.
Oh.
Understood, right?
Yes, sir.
Tomorrow we'll perform capture image. It will take more time.
Okay.
Tomorrow, today not possible.
Yeah, sir. One more thing. We can use Hyper-V also, right? For virtual.
Yeah, virtual machines Hyper-V, you can use Hyper-V faces a couple of issues, but external network, private network, right? So better you can install this VMware Workstation 16 and put all the VMs in the custom network. Yeah, if you are having Hyper-V or great knowledge, yes, you can practice.
One question from my side. Hello.
Yes, sir.
In SCCM, can we use a zero touch deployment? Is
Yeah,
there any facility?
yeah, we can use.
Okay.
So now what we are doing, this is zero touch image only. ZTI.
Yes.
Just yeah, tell me.
I don't want to touch endpoints machine. I just to it will automatically deploy.
Zero touch image means what?
Keep in mute. Yeah, zero touch image in the sense user intervention is not required. You need to install the OS automatically.
But end user, we need to press the F12.
Yeah, press F12. Almost done. OS install over the network. Understood the theory, right? How it is installing.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. If you get error, no issues. The error you need to troubleshoot.
Sir, now you are showing the OS installation through WDS.
Yes.
Even you can do that same thing in SCCM also.
Yeah, correct.
You are telling like we can use anyone.
Yeah, we can use anyone, correct. This is yeah, or SCCM. Why we are showing this? This is a complete manual work. SCCM is good administration work, less administration work. Here we added the boot image manually.
Yeah.
But in SCCM server, boot image will be there. The boot image will add in the SCCM server during the SCCM server site server installation itself.
If you are going for SCCM means we can do with the OS deployment through SCCM only, right?
Yes.
No need of the WDS itself.
No, not required.
Yes.
But once you enable Pixie in SCCM, WDS service will configure in the background. The background WDS will take care. So then and there, boot image will be there. Install image, just install image you need to add. Write a task sequence. Task sequence you can deploy to end user systems. I mean, say unknown computers.
So why sir now we are using the WDS?
Just is for knowledge. What is WDS? What is SCCM?
Okay.
What you can do with SCCM, what you can do only with WDS. WDS, you can only deploy operating system. You cannot deploy software updates with WDS. You cannot deploy software deployment with WDS.
Okay.
Of course, still many companies are using this WDS still.
Oh.
Okay.
Sir, any it is a software, sir, or any other OS, sir, that SCCM?
Come again?
Is a software or otherwise it is a operating system that SCCM?
I did not get you.
That SCCM is like a OS or otherwise?
Oh, it's not OS, it's a software.
Okay.
Yeah, we will see the SCCM installation also, configuration also.
Okay.
Of course, many people are having the consoles in their companies or some are expertise, but we will see from scratch. We will see the installation as well.
Okay. Is it require license? Sir?
No, not required. It will work 180 days. Even this is also not licensed.
No, so generally I'm asking that production.
Yes, yes, production license should be there. Yes.
Oh.
Okay, got it. OS installed, right?
Yes.
That's it for today. So who are interested, you can contact.
Sir, already I paid.
Again.
Already I paid.
Ah, yeah. Okay, sir. No issues. Your good name?
Santosh.
Santosh. Okay. So USLPC I'm deleting here.
Okay.
You can clear this VM from Dell PC. Okay. From disk. Clear. Tomorrow we will capture.
Okay.
Capture the OS. You worked on not on Ghost, right, Santosh?
Very.
Ghost. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, the same like we can prepare the OS image with including applications.
Okay.
Same process will be there in SCM also.
Okay.
Okay, all. Everybody, thanks for joining. Who want to enroll? Who want to continue day 2 class? You can contact Mr. Amit. Once again, I'm pinging the number to all.
Can I get your WhatsApp number?
You can connect from him, Amit.
Okay.
You can get it.
Okay.
Yeah, I ping the contact number, Amit. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Santosh. Thank you, Ramesh. Thank you, Amit.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sanjeev. Thank you, Balu.